What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the spot where we kick back and react to all kind of different things. Alright, so what we got going on today? Well, I recently checked out Poetic Flacco. He did a great video breaking down the current events going on with Drake. And then I saw he did a video talking about it's officially over for Dr. Umar Johnson. And this video was today, like 16 hours ago. So yeah, he did a great job providing great information on the Drake one. So let's see what he has to say about this. This is a pretty long video, so I'm pretty sure he's going to break down a lot. And I'll be giving my 2 cents. Let's go.
Umar Johnson just went on IG Live to try to do some damage control, but I fear it's over with. Like, it's completely over. I don't see how Umar Johnson could explain
damage control for what? I haven't been keeping up with Dr. Umar. What'd he do?
Himself or get himself out this situation. There's no amount of blame he can put on others that could justify what's been going on with this school. And the most recent update that's pretty...
The school stuff still? The school stuff still? Oh my God. Okay.
Shocking. In our last video on Umar Johnson, we covered how Umar Johnson was being slick and attempting to manipulate the public. See, Umar Johnson received $1.6 million in donations to build a school for black boys called FDMG. Now, he bought the school buildings for about $400,000. $1.2 million is left over for renovations and other things. So to our surprise, and everybody who donated surprise, these schools is being taken away from Umar Johnson and put up for auction in 20 days because Umar Johnson has unpaid fees that he hasn't paid yet to the cities.
And you see how he's all over doing interviews, like pretty much traveling the world and everything. We know where that money is going. It's
like $72,000 worth of fees that Umar Johnson hasn't paid. If you raise
hold on, how much? How much?
It's like $72,000 worth of fees.
72. That's it. And you got over $1 million in donations. Man, scammer.
Umar Johnson hasn't paid. If you raise $1.6 million and you haven't misused the funds, why can't you pay $72,000 again?
For real.
Well, approximately around the same time that Umar Johnson received the notice that the city of Delaware have plans on putting the school up for auction if the $72K isn't paid, Umar Johnson went public and accused the banks of freezing his accounts. Now, when Umar Johnson went public with the banks have frozen both his personal and his business account for the school, a lot of people were confused as to why Umar Johnson was telling us this, because nobody knew yet that the city of Delaware planned on confiscating this school in 20 days. It wasn't until some pedestrian went by the school and seen a notice on the school's doors that people then found out, hold on, this may be a scheme by Umar Johnson. Once we had access to the information, everybody called it out. Everybody knew what the plan was. The plan was always going to be to play on the naiveness of people, to race bait, to bring forth this grand conspiracy that the government, the CIA, the FBI froze your account right when the city of Delaware demanded you pay this fee or else they would sell the school because the government and the white man don't want you to have a school for black boys. We knew that was going to be the play and everybody called it out.
On top of that, I bet you, like, if you're going to go public like that and make those claims, the proof is in the documentation. Did he provide any documentation showing that his accounts were actually frozen? I seriously doubt it. We'll see.
Well, Umar Johnson took a long hiatus, but he finally spoke on what's been going on. After about 10 days since his last IG Live, Umar Johnson finally went live with some pretty creative excuses as to why he didn't have $72,000 to pay the fees that are resulting in his school being put up for auction after receiving $1.6 million in donations from his fans.
Special announcement. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen.
Why are you repeating yourself? Just get on with the message.
Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde.
Oh, that is so annoying. Like, yo, just say what you gotta say. He's trying to make it sound more important by repeating it. Like, that tactic is so to me. Oh man. But where's the proof at? Screenshot the documentation in the history, like the paper trail, so that people know if you're trying to keep people aware of the situation.
We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down.
Oh my God.
We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. So, not only are the accounts frozen,
Oh my God, the fact that he's doing that is so irritating. It's like, I think he took the whole idea of if you repeat something enough times, people will start believing it. He took it too literally. You're not supposed to repeat it back to back to back like that. No, that's not how it works, bro. That's not how it works.
Make sure y'all hit my Venmo and my...
Oh, he's making me do it. I just did it. Ooh, I hate you.
My PayPal, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist. On August the 5th, brothers and sisters, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years.
The campus you've been working on for 6.5 years and not a single improvement. We saw the last time you went to that school, not a single improvement. We haven't seen one walkthrough video. Like, where's the actual upgrades? You've shown us nothing. Nothing. No money has gone to that school, you lying piece of shit.
I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus.
Man,
Hold on, before you even get started, I got, man, I'm over here like, man, like, first of all, it has to get past due somehow, right? I'm sorry, but if the freezing of your accounts happened recently, then there is no way that it would already be past due by that much, by 72,000. The timeline just doesn't add up. Okay? If it was really about it being past due and everything, your account should have been frozen for like the past year. And that's probably what you're claiming. But at the end of the day, if you're going to claim that, you should have the documentation showing your accounts are frozen. Where's the proof? Where's the screenshots? Where's the actual evidence? You're just a mouthpiece just talking. And nobody believes you anymore.
Umar, cut it out, man. Yo, who you think you talking to, man? Cut it out.
For real.
I feel like when Umar Johnson go on these rants or try to peddle these conspiracy theories, he's talking to the single mothers who Umar Johnson is their last hope for their badass babies, or he's talking to like the people a part of his cult. Because nobody with a working brain, he can't possibly believe that anybody with a working brain will buy this, bruh.
It's definitely his cultish audience and everything, because I've seen those people out there who really believe everything Dr. Umar says, and it's crazy. Because I'm just like, if this man would show a shred of evidence to any of his claims, then, you know, I'm like, and then the fact that he does anything to sidetrack what he's doing. You know, the whole time he was over here talking crap about Eminem. I'm like, don't you have a school to build? Why are you worried about debating about whether or not Eminem belongs in hip hop when you're supposed to be building a school? I'm pretty sure the two just aren't in the same ballpark, right? What's going on here? He does anything to deflect. Ugh.
Of course, them folks had an official confirmation they were able to properly serve you the summons and complaint. And that's why they were able to get a judgment out against you. Now, Umar Johnson is talking like after the judgment, them putting a notice at his door is not a routine procedure. Bro, he talking like he ain't grew up in North Philly. Cut it out, Umar.
It's like complete routine procedure. And again, that door tag don't show up until you are egregiously late. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, what happened to the money? What happened to the money?
Bro. Listen, if you really grew up in poverty, homie, you know, man. All right, when the eviction notice coming, they put that eviction notice at the door. Now, your case is a little different. It's not an eviction notice, but I mean, it very well may be because you got 20 days to pay or get up out of there, man, because that school no longer belongs to you, homie. So, no, I don't believe like these people are racist or they were discriminating against Umar Johnson as he's about to try to peddle, bruh. And also, why would Umar Johnson think that putting a notice at the door would be like their way of trying to hide it from him?
I know, right? Here's a notice that we're not going to tell you what we're trying to do. We're putting you on notice that we don't want you on notice. Like, what? The mental gymnastics of it all.
If Umar Johnson was at that school as routinely and often as he claims he is, then wouldn't them putting a notice at the door be the fastest way to notify somebody who's at the school routinely? Now, apparently Umar Johnson was not at the school and had no idea that notice was there. Like until one of like the YouTubers went by the school, took a picture of the notice and posted it online. And that's how Umar Johnson was alerted.
Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question?
No, I don't want to answer none of your questions. Oh man, didn't find out until somebody else posted it. That shows that school was just that was your paycheck. By playing on people's sympathies that you were going to build this school. You know, and what's crazy to me about it is that people who know how to scam right would have built the school. It would have been a shitty school and they would have still pocketed money, but the school would have at least been functioning. He didn't even do that much. He didn't even make it halfway functioning so you could say he did something. He's literally just out here just making excuses. Anybody who disagrees with him is racist at this point. It's like, what? No. That's his game. I'm not going to do anything I claim I'm going to do, and anybody who disagrees, they're racist. Like, dude, no. Okay, what do you got to say here?
Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus?
You were notified. They notified you the way they would in any other process. You expect them to call you and have a sit-down conversation with you about it? No, they put the tag on the door because if you're operating that school, then they would expect that you would see the tag. But no, it took somebody else to let you know.
Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and
at the very moment our accounts are frozen, right? Right? At the very moment our accounts are frozen. By saying that, you are admitting that the money was there to pay these past dues, these past due bills before they became so egregiously past due. You've just admitted that you just weren't paying. And so now your accounts are frozen and they're selling the school all at once. It's a huge conspiracy? No. For one, don't believe the accounts are frozen until you show proof. We know the school's getting shut down because somebody else posted a picture about it. So no. You're just full of it, man. You're just full of it.
sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence?
And hold up. What is a coincidence is that you're preaching about your funds being suspended, being frozen after the fact. Apparently your money was still there before you found out there was a problem with the school. The money was still there. He's trying to get, I'm like, what are you trying to do? You trying to get them to give you more money? You're trying to get people to donate another like $70,000, $80,000 so you could use that to pay off this past due and keep the school going? So you can scam more money? Is that the plan?
Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs?
First of all, not worked on continuously because we haven't seen a single update video on how that school is supposed to look. Other people, the whole reason why there was a YouTuber who was there in the first place to check up was to see what was really going on with that school. There have been no improvements. There have been no work done. Because if there was, we know how much you love the clout chase. You would have been posting videos about that back to back to back to back. We know how you operate. You're not showing us anything about that school because you know you're full of shit.
They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools.
You know why they're trying to sell your school? Because the school existed in your name for 6 years and hasn't had a single class. Not a single enrollment, not a single student. I'm sorry. Even with as bad as how cities operate and everything, I've never seen a city take 6 years to get a school running. Even the most low budget poor schools out there, it didn't take 6 years for them to get the school going. So yeah, 6 years and still not a single classroom, not a single teacher walking around there, not a single student. Nah. We know why. We know exactly why.
Received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle,
which is procedure. So, yeah.
Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers.
Oh, that is comedy. Oh, the hatred in his voice for anyone who doesn't agree with him is hilarious.
Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle stream.
Which means you were never at the school to find the paper in the first place. The way he's trying to spit it is hilarious. This man's trying to spit it so hard. This man is playing the victim so hard.
That they were going to sell the school, and they wanted to sell the school before we found out. I believe
that's not how it works. They weren't trying to sell the school before you found out. If they sold the school with you not finding out, that means that you were never visiting that school to find out in the first place.
That they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification.
But then you say they put a notification on the door. That is a notification. You can't. This man expects that somebody was supposed to approach him, possibly get on one knee and explain the situation and ask for his humble forgiveness or something. Like, this dude has himself on such a pedestal. Like, wow.
We received no letter in the mail. We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door. In a low-income neighborhood, they put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front.
Masking tape? So you're saying that they put... Are you trying to spin it and say that they put the notice on the door, then they use some kind of tape to just like block out what the notice was actually saying? Like, what do you... Yes, they put a notice on the door. That's what they do. If you were actually working on the school, they would assume that you would be there so they could just hand you the notice. They wouldn't have to put it on the door. But no, you weren't there.
Door with a rubber band and masking tape.
Now we're at the part of the story where things get comical. Umar Johnson is...
It's already comical, bro. It's already comical.
Screaming racism, racial discrimination, and a conspiracy against them. He's not taking accountability. It's not, hey, man, I mismanaged these funds. I don't got much left. All right, I didn't have the money to pay these fees, man. I'm sorry.
And you know, we hear about these stories all the time, and it always leaves me confused. Like, how the fuck do you mismanage $1.2 million? Like, even when you want to talk about people who are corrupt, with that much money, you can still do everything you said you're going to do while pocketing some on the side if that's the kind of person that you really are. It's still foul. You're still in the wrong, but at least the school would have been built. You wasted the entire 1.2 million. Either that or you're hiding it and you don't want to pay this and you want to get your fans to come up with more donation money to pay it for you. Either way it goes, it's scummy practices. Absolute scummy practice.
Umar Johnson is now calling upon you guys to leave the comfort of your home, to leave the comfort of your children, and to take a flight to Delaware and march with him and protest with him the city of Delaware, as if it's their fault. Like, what would protesting the city of Delaware do? Oh, yeah, Umar, you don't have to pay these fees again. What? As if it's their fault your bank account got frozen. All right, yo, again, he's not taking you guys to go protest the bank who has frozen his accounts, and if they just release his accounts or unfreeze it, this problem gets solved, right? If they
right, exactly. If they unfreeze it, like he claims that they have done, that they have frozen his accounts, all they gotta do is unfreeze it, and then he can write that check and pay that bill, right? So shouldn't this be more about the banks than the school, than the city? Yeah. So many holes in that logic that Umar's trying to give to people.
just release the funds through your protesting and marching, the problem gets solved, right? Because of course you have the 72,000 in that account, but he's not asking y'all to go march and protest the bank account to unfreeze his money. He's asking y'all to go march and protest against the city as if it's their fault he can't pay this bill.
And when it comes down to that, it's like, again, that's why I'm screaming, where's the proof? Where's the documentation? Because for them to freeze your accounts, they need to give you some kind of reason. And then if it is like one of those cases that we've seen where it was racism and somebody's account got frozen just because they were black, because we have seen that happen in history, then you can go after them. Then you could sue the banks. Then you can sue the banks. But the fact that you're trying to focus on marching at the school, trying to tell them to, no, don't, yeah, that lets us know you're claiming, from where I'm standing, you're claiming that the accounts are frozen, when, in my opinion, they're not. Until I see proof, until I see documentation, I don't believe it.
Brothers and sisters, I want y'all to get ready for a protest. I want all FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest. We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters. We may have to march on City Hall because of the racism. I'm going to call it what it is, racism.
You're going to call it what you want it to be.
Treatment. Why did we get no notification that y'all were going to sell our schools?
The notification was tagged on your front door at the school. If you was actually at the school, you see it.
Why did you not respond to any of our emails to retroactively apply our vacant property registration fee waiver?
But wait, if you have 1.2 million, what do you need a fee waiver for? You got the money, right? You got the money, right?
Knew they didn't want Dr. Umar in Wilmington. I didn't know it was this bad. I knew that the power structure, I'm not talking about the brothers and sisters in the community. They love us. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. They love Dr. Umar and FDMG. I'm talking about the power structure of Wilmington, Delaware. We knew they didn't want us in that city, but we didn't know they would go this far as to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far as to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell our schools that we've been working on for 6.5 years behind our backs.
Again, what school needs to be worked on for 6.5 years? You know what? I would even give you stretch it out for you if you were building a school from the ground up on a flat plot of land and everything. But no, this was a school that was pre-built that you bought. It just needed renovations. What school requires 6 years of renovations when you have $1.2 million on hand? Man, I'm telling y'all, man, connect the dots. This man's a scammer.
So, brothers and sisters, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fight like hell to get our money from the bank. We're going to pay off this vacant property registration fee waiver. And we might still have a protest at City Hall because this is wrong, brothers and sisters. I have emailed the mayor. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the chief of staff. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the city council president. I have gotten no response. So, brothers and sisters, I'm going to meet with my team, and we're going to decide if we're going to go ahead and have this protest. And it ain't going to be one. We're going to do multiple protests. And we're going to invite our donors and supporters from across the state of Delaware.
All right, hang on. He said, why are single mothers catching strays? Oh, that's one of Dr. Umar's go-tos, man. I've seen him talk about that before. It's either the black struggle or the single mother, and it's always like what he's preaching, man. It is. That's how he gets people to donate to him. He placates the people, feeds on their emotions, and then he gets money from them, just like any other scammer. So it's always either Dr. Umar himself talking about, like, from what I've seen, talk about the struggling single mothers and the black mothers, and then just the struggling black people in general. And if he was genuine about it, I'd be all for it. But the fact that this man is just scamming to line his own pockets, it's just corrupt to me, man. I can't do it. Everything about this is just wow.
Donors and supporters across the United States, and our donors and
But yeah, that's why the man who made this video mentioned the single mothers, because Dr. Umar has definitely like called out and spoken directly to single mothers to try and get as many single mothers on his side as possible. That's been a play of his.
Supporters across the entire planet, we may have to march on Delaware to let them know that you don't treat black people like this. Because if I was white, I wouldn't have been treated like this.
If you were white, you think you would have raised $1.6 million to start a school for all white boys? To be honest, in this America, probably. So I take that back. I take that back. But sir, if you have a team of people as if you claim, then it would make no sense. I can't even begin to fathom how your team would have no idea that FDMG was in court proceedings over unpaid vacant property fees, that YouTubers and internet people were the ones who were able to search it up coincidentally and find, hey, bruh, here's the court proceedings. If that's the case, fire your entire team, but there is no team.
For real. If your team can't do better than random YouTube sleuths and people on the internet, then yeah, definitely. Either your team don't exist or they need to be replaced. What are you paying them for?
Man, Umar Johnson is just winging this, man. He's winging this. Now, do I feel like this started off as...
I feel like, yeah, winging it a little bit. I feel like he didn't see it coming because he wasn't paying attention, and he's in panic mode trying to figure out a way to resolve it, the best way to play in his favor.
It's a scam, I don't know, man. I was one of the people who said I don't think it started off as a scam. Now, I'll be real. The more lies that comes, the more attempts to manipulate. How can I not call it a scam at this point, bruh?
Ah, man, I've called it a scam. After it was 2 years in, when it was 2 years in and no improvements happened with the school, when that news came out, I was like, yeah, this is a scam. This is a scam all the way. And then the fact that, again, the 2 years, like 2-3 years, whatever, and it wasn't nothing done. And what is this man actually doing? Going around on different radio shows and podcasts to share his opinions on hip hop and rappers. You're supposed to be building a school for kids. What does that have to do with hip hop? What has to do with rap? Like, anything to deflect. When you see somebody doing anything to deflect, yeah, man, that's trouble.
Right? Because nobody in their right mind, nobody can tell me, bro, that Umar Johnson go in public and letting the world know that his bank accounts were frozen and he has access to no money right around the same time that he got notified that, hey, bruh, you got to pay this in 20 days or else the school going up for auction. Nobody can tell me that Umar Johnson didn't know.
For real. And then the fact of the matter is, if he's talking about for months they haven't been returning his messages and stuff, as much as this man loves to get up and talk about every little thing, to play every little thing in his favor, the first time they ignored him, he would have made a statement. The first time, if that's what happened. Not once it's like months in and now they're trying to take the school, apparently. So, yeah.
That Umar Johnson coincidentally made that video with no idea that the school will be up for auction if these fees weren't paid. That was an excuse. Now, Umar Johnson...
I'll say there's a 50-50. I believe he's been so reckless that there's a chance he didn't know simply because he was doing his own thing and not paying enough attention. I'll believe that much. I believe that this blindsided him only because he was doing such a shit job. He wasn't paying attention to his dealings.
Yo, he's now out to chastise the school and claim that they didn't give him a chance to get on the payment plan. A payment plan for what? For $30,000 to $70,000? I think the $30K was the only thing that's getting property taken away, which is the abandoned or the vacant property fees. The other fees like the utility stuff like that could be paid. So a payment plan for $30,000? Where's the millions at?
If we were Asian, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Arab, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Jewish, we wouldn't have been treated like this. But we were treated like this because we were black. How dare you ignore us for 4 months and then put a sign on our door without even telling us that you're going to sell our properties? Brothers and sisters, why didn't we receive a certified letter? Why didn't we receive a certified letter? Why didn't we receive an email? Why didn't we receive a phone call? Oh, we not going to quit. We not going to give in. The only thing left on the elementary school is to lay down the tile. We're going to lay down this tile, and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile, and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile, and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. And if we have trouble getting our inspection and certificate of occupancy, we will have to march. We will have to march. We might march anyway, brothers and sisters. We're not giving up. We're not giving up, brothers and sisters. We're not giving up. We need y'all to call the mayor of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the mayor's chief of staff in Wilmington, Delaware.
Wow.
We need y'all to call the city council president of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the commissioner of license and inspections of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the vacant property office of Wilmington, Delaware, and demand that those unjust fees be removed from our account. Let them know that you are a donor of FDMG. Let them know you are a supporter of FDMG. And let them know that if this situation is not rectified, we will march on the city and we will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware. We will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware.
What about trying to sue the banks to unfreeze your accounts? Wouldn't that make more sense? If that seems to be the only problem? The only real problem holding it up? Yeah. He's deflecting so hard.
For racism and discriminatory treatment. This is your brother, Dr. Umar Tunde, letting you know that I'm still standing for black people. I'm still riding for black boys. And we will open the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. No racism from the city of Wilmington will stop us. No sabotage from the city of Wilmington will stop us. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor's chief of staff. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the commissioner for license and inspections. Tomorrow morning, call the city council president of Wilmington and ask them, Why was Dr. Umar in FDMG ignored for 4 months when he was trying to rectify this problem? Why was Dr. Umar in FDMG Academy ignored for 4 months while he was trying to rectify this problem? Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. We will not retroactively apply your vacant property registration fee waiver. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan.
That right there.
And who needs a payment plan when you have to pay $72,000, but you're supposedly sitting on $1.2 million? Who needs that? After paying that, it should be like $1.1 million after that, right? That's what's going to bring you down to, right? And see, and that's the initial donations. That's the initial like that he made. This man, every time he goes on stream, on IG Live or anything, he's always begging for donations. I've seen firsthand where he would even tell fans, you can ask me a question for a $5 donation. Who forces people to pay them just to answer simple questions? Any question, mind you. Like, this man is trying to bleed his audience for as much money as possible, and it's disgusting.
There is confirmation that the city did nothing wrong. If Umar Johnson is claiming that his response to them saying no would have been, okay, well, can I get a payment plan? Then that would mean that whatever they're doing is just, that whatever they're doing, they're in their right to do so.
Exactly.
If your response, because again, if they were violating Umar Johnson rights, or if they were doing something to Umar Johnson that was unlawful, then Umar Johnson wouldn't just say, okay, well, hey, can I please get a payment plan? No, he would have said, I'm not paying this. But
it would have been lawsuits. If it was for real and they was doing something illegal and trying to push him out, it'd be lawsuits. He'd be able to sue them. He'd be able to get some extra money out of them. And you know he would not hesitate to do something like that. So if everything was on the up and up, he would have a lawsuit. He would have a lawsuit that would be in his favor. So yeah.
They were doing everything lawfully, right? He owes it lawfully. So Umar Johnson, what, bro? Like, you're gonna sue them for what? For making you pay these fees and claiming that it's racism? It doesn't make sense. And now Umar Johnson is asking you guys to fund the bill and to pay the money that's owed to the city. So this school is not taken away, what, in about 13 days? He got till the 25th. So Umar Johnson now wants to raise in an excess of $30,000 just for the vacant property fees and not the other stuff, which would amount to a total of $72,000. He wants to raise $30,000 in 13 days. And the sad part about this, I think he can do it. I think there's still people dumb enough to give him the $30,000.
No. Oh, he can definitely do it. His loyal base is still there. The thing of it is what I see happening is that he'll do it. They'll do it. He'll get the money. He'll pocket it and claim that they didn't take the money and they closed it down anyway. That's what I see happening. I really feel like he's just going to take the money and run with it. And going to make a million excuses so that, you know, his base believes him and continues to donate. Because that's what he does. He does these mental gymnastics to make himself look innocent in all cases.
Problem, we could have got a payment plan. But instead of responding to me the first week of April, they ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend. They ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend saying we're going to sell these schools if you don't pay our money. We're not going to email you. We're not going to send you a letter in the mail. We're not going to call you. We're going to put a letter on your door that somebody can take and run off with, as somebody did. They took the letter off the high school and sent it to YouTube, the struggle streamers. What if they took the letter off the elementary school?
The fact that he says struggle streamers is hilarious. It's like, again, anybody who does anything he doesn't like, he tries to villainize them so hard.
Elementary school. What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000.
And he wants to give a whole bunch of what ifs, but they didn't take it. They took a picture and put it on the internet.
On the elementary school. They say we owe 20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately.
Thank you so much for the follow. Was it Sean Coleman 235?
20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe approximately 20,000 on the high school. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. We need y'all to help us pay this bill. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. But if we don't, y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school.
That still doesn't have a single class to offer. Just keep that in mind. 6 years in, still not a single thing is running in that school. Just remember that.
Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. You don't have to root for me, brother. I don't need you. I got more than enough supporters. But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest soon. We need you to come in from Africa, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada.
This man, he's coming from around the world. He's like, I don't care where you at, fly out. I need you. I need you. Oh my God.
They're coming from all the 50 states and show the city of Wilmington, Delaware. You will not disrespect black people. You will not sabotage black people. You will not discriminate against black people. And you will not try to steal property from black people. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatun. They standing strong. Leo season. We will not quit. We will not abdicate. We will not equivocate. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Garveyism to get back. Pan-Africanism to perish. See you in Nat Turner land. See you in New Orleans. See you in Hattiesburg.
I better not see y'all, man, taking on flights from Europe and Africa.
Anybody who does that, yeah, you are truly brainwashed. Anybody who does that, you are brainwashed. Yo, this man did a call to action for a school that he's never got up and running and can't pay the bills on because he squandered the money that he got from y'all initially. Oh man, terrible.
The common protest in Delaware, bro. Yo, Umar Johnson has officially lost the plot. Yo, I think it's over with, bro. I think once this school gets taken away, after Umar Johnson done gave about 18 opening dates for this school, after that school gets taken away, that's when I feel like, okay, it's officially over now. It's officially done. I don't feel like Umar Johnson will be dumb enough to try to raise more money for another school building. I think Umar Johnson would officially, you know what? It's good. I'll go away. But let me know in the comment section.
I doubt it. I doubt that. What I think is going to happen is that he definitely is going to fall off a lot. He's definitely going to fall off a lot, but I think he's going to keep trying no matter what. He seems like one of those people that's never going to stop no matter what. He'll still be out there preaching and he'll still have a base. I look at certain people who we know did wrong and still have supporters, that it's not a mystery. It's, very blatantly true, and they still have supporters out there. So I don't think he's going to lose his entire base. He's still going to have people who's going to donate to him. It won't be as much as before. I don't think he'll be able to raise another $1 million again like he did before, but he'll still have people who want to donate, put money in his pockets. Definitely. I do feel that. But yeah, this entire situation, man, if you are somebody who supports Dr. Umar, man, stop. Just stop. This man is such a scammer. Such a scammer. But anyway, those are my thoughts on the whole situation. Y'all tell me, y'all already know. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think of this whole situation in this video. And let me know what y'all to see me react to next. Hit that like button before you go. Share this video with everyone you know. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you really feel like supporting this platform, consider joining our Patreon or join the live stream. Trying to stream every week now. So in any case, y'all, till next time, take care of yourselves. And I'm out of here.